gentlemen sitting down too.
Oh, yeah.
These
guys, especially those guys on the right, we saw them finish their last game in this last round in a very, very stylish manner. But we also saw Mr. R and Mr. E show a lot of improvements in team synergy as they move forward through this top 8. So if they're able to keep that up, it's going to be a tough task for the Panda Global collective.
Agreed. This is losers finals here. We do have 2 Clouds on screen. One being the support, you know, obviously to his teammate, aka MVD, but the other one being more the aggressor, kind of guiding the aggression on the green team's behalf. But we do have the switch from Marv to Lucina. So let's see how much that makes a difference here in this set. Okay. Punishes the dash attack, gets the back throw. MVD does have his limit still online. Now let's see if he can try to open up a bit more. The empty hop into forward smash, trying to bait Mr. E in, but he was just on the up and up about that.
Yeah, and as you know, as we move forward, I think a big key is in this one.
He said, "We're all out.
Wow.
We're all leaving this game."
Like, Mr. E really tried to save him there, but it does end up taking a stock from both people. But as I was saying, I think it's the linchpin to this game is really going to depend on ESAM's edge guarding and how Mr. E and Mr. R support themselves in that regard.
Yeah. And as you see right there, there is some fantastic ledge guarding. Force him to burn that limit, that forward smash, punishing what should have been a ledge snap. But as you know, Cloud lives a very unfortunate life off stage.
Yeah, it's kind of an all-or-nothing game for Cloud. Is either you recover and it's immaculate and very impressive. Oh, and Mr. R just missing that spike hitbox and unfortunately finds himself at a 1 stock now. Yeah,
let him know if I'm going down, you're going down with me. But ESAM had a thing or two to say about it. Nice stage tech. Green team in a very unfortunate position here. So I'm not sleeping, you know, on the green team at all. I'm not calling it yet because, you know, I've seen some fantastic comebacks in double.
The writing is on the wall for this game 1, and unless, you know, Mr. R, Mr. E take a magic E eraser to it, it's not going to be a win for them.
And a reverse Dragon Killer forward smash. The back hitbox is the one that seals the deal there on the green team's behalf. Oh, okay, trying to use the finishing touch there to create himself a little bit of space. The green team not having any of that. Okay, charge his limit again, MVD. Anytime he gets a chance to breathe, best believe he's pressing down special. Okay. Ease him up on that top platform, retreating. Trying to figure out what he's going to do here, but Mr. R trying to stick him off stage with that dare.
And Mr. R actually coming over and helping out his buddy, Mr. E. And now with these guys, I think really need to focus on, though, is getting these 2v1s when they're able to get it. Obviously, we know that the PG and those combos are something else, but...
Oh, God. Okay, had to go for Thunder that time because of the platform, but again, another footstool. Let's see if we can get a follow-up. A grab again, and then, but no finishing touch. The combo drops in vain.
A very, very uncommon...
Oh, no, baby. What you doing? Okay.
Yo, let's go, Mr. E.
Okay.
Yo, ESAM and MVD tried to style, and they're paying for it right now.
Yeah, man. Style definitely fades. Okay. A lot of Thunder Jolts here, trying to force him to recover high. They don't want him to snap the ledge and make it any easier. Okay.
I don't know if style fades, man. My dad's been wearing the same haircut since the 70s.
Style fades. Fashion lasts forever, man. Your dad's a brave soul, though, man. He is a boss. Okay. There's a Thunder Jolt.
You know, Mr. E trying to, you know, do his absolute best to make something happen here.
He can't neutral get it, but he also doesn't want to roll in between ESAM or MVD. And he just, I think he might have just offed himself that time.
He realized that even if he were to recover, you know, he'd just find himself on the ledge again, you know, with a healthy 2 stocks for the Panda Global guys. Just a real tough go there, but showed quite a bit of life, did Mr. E, I think. I think the biggest and most important thing there, though, is that Mr. E had a little bit of confidence from getting those 2 stocks off because he's looking kind of listless at that game 1 start.
Yeah, you know, I'm not mad at the Lucina switch. You know, he did find himself cleaning up a lot of stocks.
It's playing better than his Marth.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. I do appreciate what I'm seeing. I'm pretty sure he has one more character up his sleeve. I remember watching the tournament a while back and seeing him pull out a character that even like threw me off guard. But that's, you know, the top level talent that these, you know, these sponsor players bring. But nonetheless, he's sticking with the tried and true Lucina. And we actually have to switch to the Marth finally today in doubles. I don't think we've seen any of, or excuse me, not Marth, Sheik.
Yes.
In doubles. I don't think we've seen any of it though throughout the course of the day.
And you know, every situation, I feel like Sheik is a worse doubles character than Cloud. but I do think that Mr. R might believe that ESAM MVD have a read on his Cloud, and it's not being as effective as it could be. Let's just change it up a little bit and throw the Sheik, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're Cloud, it doesn't matter if you're Sheik. Throw to finishing touch is real good.
Whoa, and then Mr. R taking ESAM for a ride. A chain of back airs almost into the blast one. I mean, he took him into the bubble that out there. Okay, playing a little bit better, and I can tell he's a lot comfier with Sheik than where he was with Cloud. If all else fails, I'm busting out the main, man.
Exactly, and you know, you're only down one game, but honestly, like being on Smashville with Sheik means that you can carry some people far off the stage and put them in bad spots. And so, you know, Mr. R, the neutral master, and as long as he can keep that up here, they'll be in a good spot.
And with that being said, you know, the blue team still sitting pretty prime in position to take this away, as you see. Oh, well, you know.
Bad thing, though, is that they're still struggling to take stocks. Yeah. Like we mentioned in an earlier set, the name of the game is taking stocks, not putting on damage. So, you know, you got to pour out the bucket once to fill it up.
Maybe that's the role they wanted to switch into. Understanding that Mark wasn't quite working for Mr. E, so the switch to Lucina was needed. And then the switch from Cloud to Sheik helps Mr. R out because now his job is just to tack on small and minuscule percentage. And Lucina's there to just clean the plate. Okay. And I like what I'm seeing here. ESAM keeping both of the members on the blue team off stage, but then the tables quickly turn.
Tough thing for Mr. R and his Sheik is that Sheik is just so light. So any, you know, even if it's not going to kill, any like stray hit is going to send him too far away to support his teammate without, you know, having to travel back quite a distance.
Okay, the up air right into the up air from MVD on his behalf. So nice situational awareness. And MVD, unfortunately, though, not being able to land comfortably. Mr. R on the money with the bouncing fist takes that man out.
Yeah, and ESAM was able to do nothing to avert that fate for MVD. He just, Mr. R just knew what he wanted to do and executed the plan.
Alrighty. Charges the limit, and then nice PGA up smash. Okay, Mr. R looking to take MVD for a ride. I like that. Maybe that's another reason why he switched to Sheik. You know, the off-stage presence, you know, opens up a bit more than what you would see with Cloud.
Yeah, you have a lot freer recovery with Sheik. You can do a lot of things out there. Whereas Cloud, you have to be very, very, very careful to not find yourself in a bad spot. Otherwise, you're going to get reverse edge guarded, and that's just demoralizing.
That's a bad day. You know, but ESAM is the king of edge guards. Let's see how well he faces up against Mr. R. Nonetheless, finds himself losing that stock. Wild Pikachu faints, and just like that, we got ourselves an even game, but I spoke too soon.
No, but Cloud is at a pretty high percent here. If they can get his stock off pretty quick, they still have a really good chance to win this game, too.
With MVD playing that support role, it's pretty difficult for the blue team to get their hands on him. He definitely knows how to retreat when needed.
And that's actually, you know, back when we saw him all, you know, in winner's semis, is that I was expecting MVD to play a little bit more of the support role, but he's been a little bit more aggressive. Now he's sort of settling back into that. And yeah, you basically said it. He's so untouchable.
Wow. And not that time, though.
Unless you're Mr. E, in which case you just reach out and touch someone. ATT dialed on the center.
There you go, man. Just throws out that forward smash and takes out my man MVD, drawing this match even closer than what we've seen before now. Now Pikachu, you know, in this uncomfortable deficit, but ESAM still holding his own as he takes Mr. E off stage, and then shifts focus to Mr. R.
Oh, wow, and Mr. E coming in, perfectly spacing that and taking out ESAM. Just you know, basically like from the grassy knoll.
The drag down forward, they're looking to reset the combo. Nice positioning there.
Oh, I'm surprised Mr. R didn't try and go for an up air there, but I think he just didn't want to get himself into a bad spot.
Uh-oh. He said, well, man, let me try to get this stock going myself, like you talked about before. If the team combos don't work, just stay in the cut. Let your more healthier teammate handle the dirty business.
And, oh, wow. Did you just see what happened right there?
Just
oh, my goodness.
That.
No, he was about to, I think, almost either up smash or finishing touch. I can't recall.
It looked like a finishing touch.
Yes,
there.
And he got interrupted with Mr. R's needles. That was one of the most clutch saves I've ever seen.
People talk about, you know, the needle nerfs and that they have no real business in this game, but Mr. R has a thing to say about that.
And that is that needles are still about as useful as they've ever been. Just because they don't go quite as far, I can interrupt, I can disrupt everything that you want to do in a 2v1 to try and like get my partner out of here. I'm just gonna rain these needles down, and you can't fight in the shade when it's a 2v1.
Absolutely not. So Mr. E and Mr. R doing a solid job there in that last match. PG, ESAM, and MVD are definitely in for the ride of their life. This might be the most difficult match that they've had to face today.
Absolutely.
Thus, being in the losers, there's a lot on the line here.
Yeah, and what is on the line is, again, a $1,500 pot bonus just for Smash 4 doubles. So, yeah, these guys are hungry for that payday.
Okay. Cross slash opening up, putting the first percentage on the board. MVD trying to get that limit charge, but Mr. R hot on his trail. Okay. Bouncing Fish tries to help his teammate out. And Mr. E kind of just staying in the back. I like it. You know, if you find yourself in between both of them, he's there to start that 2v1 combo. If not, he can hold his own by himself.
And I think, honestly, that's a huge change from what we saw in Game 1. Mr. E was being a little bit over-aggressive, and ESAM and MVD were punishing him very roughly. And now that Mr. E has sort of taken a little bit of a back seat to the better frame data of Mr. R Sheik, it is able to give him the opportunity for a lot of opportunistic punishes.
Yeah, the areas of opportunity have opened up quite a bit for these guys. And I'm curious to see who's going to get this first stock gone, because that's going to set the overall tone. Oh, Mr. E with what looked like a jab into force smash. We end up reversing by mistake. Nonetheless, Mr. R finds himself losing his stock, and the red team draws first blood. Yeah,
Pikachu Nair, very, very good tool off that short hop, and unfortunately it causes Mr. R to lose his stock. And now also, too, these guys have their back-to-back. They're controlling the stage entirely, and time of possession is so important in team sports, and that's exactly what this is.
The fast fall forwarder into the forward tilt ESAM. For the love of God, chill out, man.
Yeah, I mean, if he's that cold-blooded, he's going to freeze the pool.
I mean, you know it. Okay, nice space here. This is the fall away forwarders trying to cover what could be some aggressive jump-ins from the blue team on their behalf. Red team right now on fire, but MVD off the mark there with the finishing touch. Mr. E hot on his trail. Okay. Oh, and off the mark with the force smash that time. ESAM comes in and punishes Mr. E's. Fantastic. And then Mr. R trying to, excuse me, not Mr. R, but MVD trying to help his teammate out while Mr. R was hot on his trails.
It did not end up helping, though, only hurting. And the reason behind that was purely because of a misspacing.
Oh. Good job. And again, we can't forget about the down special utilization of MVD and ESAM. Their combos out of down special from Pikachu, so good and so pristine. Okay, nice backer trying to condition him. Let's Trump air dodge, but then, okay, tries to put the sword right on top of ESAM's head.
MVD came down from that revival platform and just was like, you know, I'm going to try and hit this golf ball over these hills right here. And he absolutely did that. Just unleashes an up smash, and that was tough. Like that was like we saw Larry do it. Comes down from the revival platform, runs up smashes.
All right. Okay, try to read the roll in. The up smash there. Mr. R on the up and up about that. Okay, the Nair right into Mr. E's up air, excuse me, not up smash. Closes out that stock. They're trying to keep this match close, and then there's another finishing touch. But not quite enough to seal the deal. No, sir.
It does not end it, and that is the key right there. He now is without limit and at high percent. If he could find himself in a spot to get edge guarded, Mr. E, Mr. R could take advantage.
Yeah. Okay, MVD limit is back online, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. R very aware of it, as you see, he's trying to nimble his way out of that that 2v1 situation. But
that was a sale at pennies. You got to buy everything right then.
Yeah. That was almost a 2v1 situation, but then MVD gets the 2-4-1.
No, he just MVD's playing off the chain right now, man.
He really is. He's feeling good today, man. MVD, with the right state of mind, he's feeling himself and he's comfortable. Spell destruction for the opposing side. You know, which is really interesting because the last time me and MVD crossed paths was DreamHack. You know, he was a little upset. You know, looking at the Captain Zach MVD set, he was like, "Yo, man, this matchup, you know, X, Y, and Z." But today it's looking like DreamHack never happened for him.
Yeah, no, and that's the nice thing about MVD. You know, as a player and a person, is that you know, if he's upset, he's never upset for too long. You know, very, very mentally strong, and is able to, you know, even if bad things happen to him, able to bring it back. And the reason that that's important is that if you find yourself down in the set or down in life, to know that that it's going to get better.
Yeah. Team PG, some of the happiest players in Smash Esports. You know, they can't complain. Okay. There's a bouncing fish. MVD off stage, forcing him to burn the limit. Mr. R is so proficient at the off-stage gameplay. Even if he's not looking for a kill, he's making your life hell out there.
And I think Mr. R, Mr. E, what they really need to do here is force MVD to have limit as little as possible, because whenever he hasn't had it, he's been a threat, but not really as dangerous. But when he has had that limit, you have to play around so carefully that it's allowed ESAM to really take advantage of the more measured play style.
Okay, the cross-up back here. Looking for the jab, but does find a nair. Sends ESAM to the right side of the screen. Mr. E knowing how to box up close and personal with some of the characters that have the best framed out in the game. Okay. Hey.
Now that was a bit of a scrum there. Though both guys were, both teams encroaching on that center stage. I think Mr. R and Mr. E are going to have to do their best to try and control the pace. They can't let ESAM and MVD dictate.
Yeah, absolutely not. You know, and with Mr. R already down in stock, and Sydney is still at a healthy 31%. It's going to be easier said than done. Mr. R putting up another stock on the board and drawing this match very, very tight.
Yeah, the percentages on Lucina and Pikachu are pretty close. The stocks are even all around. This is anybody's game.
Very much so. Okay, nice fastball forward air. Nice, and then gets him in the air with the up tilt. Capitalizes with the down special. Takes that stock. Team PG. Playing PG-13 right now, man. Hell, almost even rated R, if you will.
Yo, as long as they don't get to an NC-17, because that's just too dirty for television.
I mean, well, we seen the style earlier, Nightwing. Yeah, I don't know, man.
That was he did him dirty earlier. Let's hope that Mr. E and Mr. R are going to be able to avoid that kind of awful, awful fate.
Yeah. You don't want any more of that. Okay, there's a back air, and then throws it right into Mr. R. They're always at the right place in the right time, but so is that back air position right into the grill of ESAM. It's Max. It's a nail biter.
Oh, wow, and ESAM bringing down the thunder, hits both his teammate and Mr. R.
Hey, did this man just run in with the reverse up smash? Like, come on now. Come on, MVD. Come on with the reads.
Oh, wow, and that was just such a good dodge there from Mr. E. He stared death in the face and just repelled it.
Yeah, literally laughed in it. Okay. And then, okay, tries to start up another combo there, which should have been the tilted up dancing blade. That way Mr. R could follow up. I'm not exactly sure if that's what he was looking for because the combo was disrupted. Nonetheless, Mr. E kind of staying in the cut and allowing Mr. R to get smacked up. Gonna have to get in there.
You know, ever since losing his stock early, Mr. E has really channeled the power of the Divine Dragon. And of course, as I said, that he loses his stock. That being said, he's playing very, very well in the middle portions of this game. And in the earlier set that caused these guys to get to loser semis, he was a great end game player. So let's see if he can channel that here and bring him to game 5.
Yeah, very, very healthy lead right now that the red team has on their behalf. ESAM, despite being at 105, they do have a stock lead up on the blue team, and that's going to make all the difference here as the blue team tries to claw themselves out of this deficit. Oh, and then they go very low. Mr. R looking for the footstool.
They were both touching the blast zone, it seemed like, and both able to come back. Great recoveries on these guys.
Okay. Jumps up, gets the up tilt, gets an up air. Looking to finish the combo and end it with a finishing touch. Nonetheless, though, ESAM is out of the picture. And just like that, this match, one stock apiece. Let's see what we get here. Up throw?
Oh, and well, I think, honestly, ESAM was expecting that up throw to go into finishing touch, but MVD jumped off that platform.
Yeah.
He wasn't in position to nail it, and that might be a lost opportunity. That might give the ER team a chance to send these guys to the hospital for once.
Yeah, man. Somebody call 911 for Mr. R as he struggles to land here. MVD on the money with the finishing touch.
Oh, but we're going to see the diamond cutter, and ESAM cleans it up. Wow, that was a flurry of stocks, and ESAM stands alone for his team.
Fantastic job there by ESAM. The crowd erupts for him, and there's also some fantastic matches going on the Melee side. This crowd is very much alive here as Master Splash number 3, Team PG. Fantastic.
Yeah, moving on to losers finals where they will face the titanic task of trying to take down P1, Tweak, and TSM.
Yeah.